Okay, and now we are finally, folks, on our fourth and last Super 7 Ultimates 2003 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2003 figure with Donatello, the fourth and last of the Turtles, the smart and intellect one of the group. Yeah, I know, my tongue was twisted when I was about to say intellect and intelligent one of the group, the techie one. So here's Donatello in the front of the package with that packaging from the 2003 Turtle series, and then animation render, and then here we go. So now it's time we reunite Donnie with the rest of his brothers. Okay, now that Donatello is out of the package and now that we got the team all together, before we do that and go over how I feel about the final verdict on these figures, let's go over all of Donatello's accessories. So as with the rest of his brothers, he has these interchangeable hands, open hand and a balled fist to choose from if you want to switch those out. So like with the other ones. And then of course one of these yet again, these shell phones or whatever they call it in the animated series. But yeah. Now that I have all four of them for each of them, it just doesn't seem like, well, I guess, well, in case if I lose a shell phone, there's another, I guess. There's Donatello's goggles you could put on his head or so, like if he's doing a little lab experiment in the sewer or something, and in their base of operations down the sewer. You know, at first I thought this was like a pair of headphones or something, but no, it's goggles. Something for Donatello to have on his eyes on occasion. And then we have Donatello's alternate head where he's all, you know, ready to, you know, another battle ready head. So you got one head where he's smiling and another head where he's all angry and battle ready, like he wants to take down whoever, Shredder or a Foot Clan Ninja or something like that. So there you go. Then you got Donatello's bow staff, which has purple because, you know, the weapons had to be color coded for which character is what. Leonardo with the blue on the handles of his katana swords, Raphael with the red being handle, you know, the red handles on his daggers, Michelangelo with orange on the nunchucks, and Donatello with, you know, purple on his bow staff. To be color coordinated to see who's who. And I think that's one of the good things why Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, who created the TMNT, you know, even though in the original comics, the Turtles back in 1984 were all like the same color, like red. But by the 80s cartoon onward, they had to make the colors distinguishable based on their personalities. Raphael would remain red, but for the others, Leonardo, Michelangelo, and Donatello would have to be different colors. So that's, you know, smart of them to do that because we don't want the characters wearing red and then how we're going to know who's who half of the time. But we know by their weapons and everything and the personalities. So Donatello, you know, makes sense. He has purple, so he's the smart and intelligent of the group. Raphael has red, makes him the hot-headed brawn of the group. And Michelangelo, life of the party, with orange, and Leonardo, you know, being the wise leader in blue. Okay, so, you know, with Donatello's figure, he is very faithful and accurate to, like the rest of the Turtles, based on what they looked like in the cartoon. So, the 2003 series, and, you know, but when you think about it, like I said, Donatello and Leonardo have, like, the same shade of, like, olive green for their skin, while Raphael has a, you know, teal red or so, or was it Michelangelo? But they all look the same. But I do like how these figures came out. But we'll go over that when I go over the final verdict on if these are worth picking up all four of them for like $50 each or so. Now the articulation on Donatello is a slight improvement over Michelangelo, at least I guess. Now I gotta be careful turning his head around, up and down, and everything. So you know, tilt that head a little bit. Now unlike the other Turtles, Donatello has a short neck when compared to the others. I mean, the neck for, like the necks for the other three were visible. Well, I don't know why they made Donatello have like a shorter neck, but like it just doesn't seem right. I guess that's just in my opinion how they did it. But they should have really made the neck a little longer so we could see his neck thorough, because you can see a bit of the neck. But with look at Leonardo, his neck is visible. Look at Raphael, and then Michelangelo a little bit slightly on him, but Donatello's neck is very, very, very stubble and very small. And how we're supposed to know if he has a neck or not? It's just weird. But though, you do have some arm movement, move his arms around and try to, make sure you can, raise his arms up. And now his arm raise point is an improvement over Michelangelo's because, yeah, Michelangelo, I had a really, 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 really hard time figuring that one out. As for elbow crunch, his elbow crunches are an improvement from Michelangelo. So you can do the elbow crunch just as far as up to this. And then elbow crunch. Again, I'm almost about to pop that hand off. Okay, got it. Got the elbow crunch, so make sure you bend the elbow crunch thoroughly. And be careful on the joint for that. And then for the leg movement, so the legs are good on Donatello. I'm surprised Donatello's in an improvement over the others. I'm like, come on, man. I mean, I like Leo and Raph, but Michelangelo, yeah, I like Mikey too, but I'm just like, man, he was tough. Tough to articulate for the set. And then Donatello, his left leg was a little tough to, bend and stuff. But I got it, but it's just as far as you can go. And then the ankle pivots. So you got the ankle pivots for Donatello. And then that's about it, y'all. Okay, let's do a battle pose so I can get a good group shot of the 2003 Turtles doing a battle pose. And even if it's not the same battle pose as like what you saw in the opening theme song for the 2003 TMNT series. You know how like before the end of the theme song, before the commercial break, and then the show comes back after that little 12-minute commercial break. If you remember from back in the day, whenever TMNT 2003 was on 4Kids TV, previously Fox Box. Yeah, but did it. Just got the whole set. Now I gotta raise the camera a little so we can see Donatello from behind, because Leo is all front and center because, yeah, he's the leader and all. So, now, here is my final verdict on the Super 7 Ultimates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figure. I think they were worth $50 each. But though some parts of the figures are flawed. I don't hate the figures. I don't hate the set. No, and I love the 2003 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But they think they are basically a step up over the figures I had from back in the day by Playmates. But okay, maybe not, because like I wouldn't say I wouldn't recommend these figures for anybody who's a diehard TMNT fan, a diehard, TMNT shill, or TMNT anybody in the fandom. I'm trying to stand Michelangelo well. But yeah, but these figures are fantastic. I mean, for someone who grew up on the 2003 series as a 90s kid, early 2000s, 90s kid, 2000s teen, this is incredible. This is a very incredible set, man. Like really incredible that they actually did a very faithful, authentic set of figures, from the series that spawned from. Now, I don't know if Super 7 Ultimates have did figures of the 1987 Turtles. I may look into those if they're out there. I don't know about 2012 TMNT, but again, I didn't care about the 2012 series on Nickelodeon. No offense, Nickelodeon, but yeah, like, this is one of the finest set of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles anything I ever had in my 33 years of living. And in the 13 years of 13 years of doing YouTube. But but of those 13 years, 12 years covering toys and stuff when I'm not doing my, film or vlog or podcast stuff. But I'm happy that I finally got these figures, and they're really worth it. I don't want to give them a 2 thumb up rating, but due to the fact Michelangelo had some flawed joints and stuff, and I know, I didn't mean to break his other nunchuck, but the others are fine. But the way how they were made and how they were put, how Super 7 did a good job on these. But though I just kind of feel like the joints in some of these figures shouldn't be so stiff and stiff and stuff, when they could have been like worth me. But I know that Super 7 wants to be very fragile with their handle with care with their collectibles, but these are definitely something that I would recommend for any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan and a fan of the 2003 series in general, and especially for those who grew up in the 2000s like I did and watched the 2003 series religiously, even though I only spent 2 years collecting some of the toys until I grew out of it, and then fell off the Turtles bandwagon after, Turtles Forever aired on TV in 2009 for TMNT's 25th anniversary. I just felt like, all right, this is a good set of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures, and I definitely recommend it, like I said, once more. So, yeah, and hopefully I will do future Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figure collectibles probably in the future. Not doing no kid grade stuff, because the kid stuff, I'm not really, no, stay away from that. I'm only for more serious collector stuff, like NECA's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff, like the 1990 Turtles movie figures, and probably get a hold of the 1990 TMNT movie figures from NECA Toys, since after all I do have a NECA Elvira, and we'll soon do NECA Toys is like RoboCop, Terminator, and whatever figurines, and Evil Dead and the like. But NECA Toys have also dabbled with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles property, and I may get a hold of those figures as well in the future. If you enjoyed this video and the previous ones, be sure to subscribe, hit the bell and the notification when I do a brand new review or anything, even leading up to my Power Rangers fan film projects, and whenever I get around that if I have time. And be sure to subscribe, drop a like, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time with a brand new review, whether it be Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, G.I. Joe, WWE, and the like. Until then, thanks for watching.